Hi, everybody. So good to be back with you again. I'm just thrilled to be able to be teaching for the last few weeks here. And if you remember back, we're continuing in our Beautifully Imperfect series with David, looking out of the narrative of 2 Samuel and into the Psalms, in Psalm number 145. One of David's best. If you remember back, it was his last one that he wrote. And the main point that we emphasized is that a backward glance can really help us focus for the present and the future. And Scotty's written up some great questions for you to interact about the psalm, and we highlighted that backward glance for David helped him to understand God's greatness and God's compassion, God's faithfulness and his tenderness and his control over David's life. It was just a really exciting study, and you've got some great questions to interact with. But I wanted to give you one additional thought that I just didn't have time to get to, and it's simply this. A friend of mine once told me, who's a psychologist, that the first step in self-awareness is thinking about how you think. In other words, that in order to really grow and make some changes in our lives, we have to step back from the decision and think about why we made the decision that we made. It's only then, as we get away a little bit from the actual decision, that we can see if we've made some mistakes or if there were some external pressures or some things going on within us that kind of drove our decision making when we really weren't even aware of it. I liken it to a rut in the road. There's a lot of our decision making that just happens because we're driving down the road and we're unaware of past experiences or values that we have in our mind or in our hearts that we haven't thought about, that just automatically pull the wheels of our decisions right into that rut. And it's only when we step back from it and try to think about why did we do that, that we can then make some good choices by the power of the Holy Spirit to dig some new ruts, some better decisions that can be made. And this is all just evidenced in Psalm 145. The backward glance really can help us make better decisions today and then into the future. And so as you interact about your questions, this is the opportunity, again, to be honest and transparent. Are there some lessons that you did learn from that backward glance? Are there some things that you're still learning? Or is it hard for you to learn from your past? Is it hard for you to look back? We don't want to stare in the rearview mirror. That's really dangerous to do. But the occasional glance back can really help us. So the scriptures show it a lot in the different people's lives, and Paul's remembering of all the things that he went through, and we can do the same thing. So go through these great questions Scotty has written up for you, and take some time to share with each other. And Lord willing, I'll be back with you next week to interact some more about the life of David and some of the things that we can learn when God doesn't exactly give us what we ask him for. So, all right, enjoy your time. Blessings on you.